All right, so I've heard a lot of people say that they're getting a lot of white exhaust from their diesel heaters, and I've never noticed any. So I'm going to go ahead and fire it up, and we'll see if we get any white smoke. All right, let's go. All right, well, it's going to take a minute for the diesel heater to ignite, and it's kind of covered up by the door. And well, actually, it's not. We should be able to see it, but we're going to wait for the diesel heater to fire up and see if any smoke comes out. This diesel heater of mine has been really working pretty well. So we're going to find out. All right, she's purging currently. I can't hear her. Not quite yet fired up. Here she goes. Okay, so I'm starting to feel some nice warm air coming out. And no white smoke. So, I don't know. You know, knock on wood, this diesel heater is working really well for me. I hear conflicting things. You can't leave it running all night, which I do. You're supposed to only turn it on high, let it heat up the van, turn it back off. I've tried the high, then let it go all night, and then high before I shut it off. I don't know if that helps. I don't know. I've heard some people say run kerosene through it. I don't know, but right now we're getting, she's running good and strong. And no white smoke. So, okay. Hopefully, I've got a good diesel heater. That's, the only thing I can hope for. Like I said, I may order one just in case this one the bed that I could just plug and play. I mean, it's only $85, right? It's not that big of a deal. So, yeah, she's firing up. All right, well, I'm going to go back to relaxing, and we'll see you guys in the morning.
Good morning. Well, like I said last night, I was watching somebody else's videos. They're complaining they're getting all kinds of white smoke. Not getting anything. Another thing I've heard other people say, and somebody brought this up on my channel, is that somehow they became unsubscribed. And I've heard yesterday I heard another channel talking about it as well. So if you guys think you're subscribed, check. If you're not, hey, hit the subscribe button. But for some reason, YouTube somehow unsubscribes people randomly. I mean, it's a glitch. Who knows what it is, But it can happen, I guess. Like I said, I've heard other channels talking about it. People on my channel have talked about it. And last night I heard somebody else talking about it. So I thought I'd bring it up. We're running the DC to DC today. It's been, we had a little bit of sun the other day, but it's been like 10 days with basically no sun, and I'm down to like 66% capacity. So, just figured we'd run it today. Be about an hour work total. That'll get me like 30 amps or so. And if I do get a little sun today while I'm at work, well, you know, bonus. What am I don't want cheeseburger this morning. I don't know. I'll stop somewhere, get something quick. Roller food or something. I don't know. But only a couple days left. We'll be camping in town every night. That's gonna, I don't know. I go back and forth. I'm not gonna like it, and I am gonna like it. It's gonna be a change. But I'm thinking, you know, I paid $1,000 for these snow tires. $200 mounting and balancing. $100 to store them. If I'm gonna have to pay $100 to $200 a year to store them one for each season, and $400 to balance them, I may find a cheaper place and then rent a storage unit and put them in there myself, and then I can put my tools and stuff in there and have more room in the garage. Because if I'm paying $600 a year just to put tires on, off, and store them, that's kind of crazy. I have to find out what they charge to put them back on. Alright, well, we are heading to work. It's going to be another gloomy day. It's supposed to get a little bit of sun from like 9 to noon. Looking at the sun or the sky, I'm not buying it. So, you know, I noticed that somebody asked me if they salt the area I'm in. I don't think so. I think they sand it. So, and don't go trying to tell people where I am. Why people do that all the time? To leave a little bit of mystery. But I don't know what we can do after work today. I don't know if I'll cook something. I don't think so. When I work, I eat too much as it is. I force myself to eat on breaks. And on my little lunch hour, half hour. I don't know. It'll be another one of those days. Just daily life in the van. But we love living in the van. I slept really good last night. Really good. I woke up like at quarter after 4. Like always. I always wake up in the middle of the night. But I was able to go back to sleep by like 5 or a little bit after 5. And then I got up about 7 something. We got a decent little sleep last night. Okay, I'm going to continue my journey to work, and we will see you guys on the flip side.
Well, good evening, guys. Parked at the parking lot. Excuse me. Wind is kind of picking up. Looks like the overcast is coming in, and there's a possibility of snow here in the next little while. But yeah, it's wind. I needed to cock myself a little bit. I thought I was, but I'm not. And I'm not moving everything now just to move it. I'll endure the little bit of wind. A couple things happened today. By accident, one of them. My diesel heater. I hit the off button, and it didn't turn off. So I drove for a half hour with it on, and it didn't have an issue. It ran fine for the entire time I was driving. Now I don't drive that fast. I mean, if I hit 30, it's just for a minute or two. With the lights and everything, I barely have time to, the speed limit on the highest road, I think, is 35. My GPS says 45 on the one road, but I've never seen a 45 mile an hour speed limit. I'm pretty sure it's 35. But yeah, by the time you start to get up to 35, there's another light or something. So I mean, I'm normally going between like 15 to 25. But it was surprised it didn't flame out. I would have thought that all that air hitting in the intake would have caused it to flame out. But no, it's good to know. I don't plan on driving with the diesel heater on, but good to know. So that was by accident. And it's pretty much every day now is about an average of a half gallon for 12 hours. So it probably is right about the money I'm leaving the hatch open, the front windows shades open. If it was much colder, I could shut all that and it would probably even be lower. I don't know. But I'm doing that because it just will burn me out of there if I don't. So, but another thing I did today was I ran the DC to DC charger. And I drive about an hour a day. So, and there was a little bit of solar today. I don't know how much, but it was a little sunny from like 10 to noon or something like that. I don't know exactly because I'm inside. But the two batteries are topped off at 100%. And the battery that was working completely fine before I hooked them all up to the bus bars is at 50%. And it hasn't been following the other two at all. The other two are, doing this. And this one, I mean, is like, you know what I mean? It's getting further and further away every day from the other ones. And it was running fine with the other battery when they were hooked together in parallel, and then the power was coming off of those. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and, I already had planned it. I got those other cables coming, and we're going to hook them, the three batteries in parallel, and then take a positive off one battery and a negative off of one battery and run those to the bus bars. That way, the current's got to go across the batteries anyways. I just don't understand why that one all of a sudden is not following, because it was before I hooked the third battery up, boom, they were 2% was like the most you ever saw a difference. So I don't think it's an issue with the battery. It may be the way the battery management system works on the batteries, that for some reason, because the three of them are there and they're, I don't know. It's in Chinese. But yeah, those are supposed to come, I think, not tomorrow, maybe the next day. And then of course I have Thanksgiving off. So Thanksgiving is supposed to be cold but clear. What we'll do is we'll take the other two batteries, disconnect them, go for a drive with that battery, let it charge up, and then hook them in parallel, and then hook a negative and a positive to the bus bars from the opposite ends and see if that fixes the issue. I'm hoping it does, because I just don't understand why it's not acting as smooth. But I think that was what I planned to do originally. I just forgot that I didn't have enough 2-foot cables. And I don't know. So that's what we want to do. I did put up the whiteboard there yesterday in the van. It's on the back, on the opposite side of the water cabinet. I thought that was the least in the way. It's not bothering me to look at there. It's not sticking up on the wall. It just all look all cluttery. Still have to find a paper towel holder dispenser thing, but I don't know. But supposed to get a wintry mix here. Well, from here it'll be just snow. It was 32 when I left town. It's got to be like 28 or less out here. The van's still warm, so I can't tell what the outside thermometer says. But as I said that, I'm starting to see flurries. So, yeah, hopefully we get these little quirks, figured out. Um, the battery is no big issue. I mean, maybe it's just the percentage reading wrong, but it was reading fine, before I hooked up the three to the set of bus bars. So I really think that's the issue for some reason. So parallel bus bars, good to go. Hopefully, it definitely is the best way to blow my heat underneath the garage. It heats up the whole garage. Some of the air blows up around the bed, and when I stick my feet to the corner, I get nice warm air on your toes, which is nice. And it's keeping the temperature a little more moderate. What if I open the cap, it drops at 5 degrees, boom, like that. So kind of don't want to be doing that all the time, because it gets a little cold right underneath it. But that seems to be a good setup. I may buy a Y for the diesel heater to blow some air into the garage and some forward. And I'm thinking about the water cabinet and the propane cabinet. Being able to keep those warmer. The propane tank I'm not worried about, but inside that cabinet I've got olive oils and stuff like that firm up when they're cold. So thinking about doing that. But okay, I think we babbled long enough today. But that's how van life's going. Like I said, only a few more days I can be outside the city, and then we're city bound. So that'll be different, but we'll see. I forgot to try to take a picture of those burn piles tonight. I just drove right past. I didn't even look off to the right. Forgot all about it, but I'm sure they're still going. But thank you guys for watching, commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing. It helps the channel. And like I said earlier, somebody told, people have said that they've been unsubscribed, and I hear it from other channels. So, make sure you're subscribed. It helps the channel. And you guys have a great morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. And we'll see you tomorrow on Jellybean Outdoors.